Good evening, this is the Nerdist the Human, and welcome to this historical battle in Rome Total War, where today we are going to be playing the Siege of Gergovia. We are going AI only, so we'll see if they can pull off a victory in what is historically Caesar's first feat. Changing the result of history is usually pretty tough for the AI, but we will see if the AI can pull it off, or if they need just a little bit of help. We will of course also play the battle from the general's point of view on Thursday, so do look out for that. But for now, let's get into the history. Julius Caesar was appointed proconsul for the combined provinces of Illyricum, Cisalpine and Transalpine Gaul, a vast territory for him to rule, but still not quite enough. Fortunately though, he commanded one of the best armies of the day, tough veteran legionaries with good military engineering skills. All was going well until 54 BC, when a revolt broke out led by Vercingetorix, an Avernian aristocrat. Thrown temporarily onto the back foot, Caesar was forced to react to Gaul and his attacks rather than the other way around. The Gauls annihilated one of his legions in the winter of 54-53 BC, and disaster never seemed far away. The rebellious Gauls were proving to be a huge problem. And indeed, yes, Caesar was actually over in Britannia facing off against some of the local tribes there earlier in 54. So yes, when he headed back, he had quite a few problems to deal with. Not least the fact that there's plenty for him to go deal with back in Rome as well. So in dealing with odd bits of problems here or there, eventually in 52 he would have to head back from Rome, back to Gaul to sort out the problems. In 52 BC, the Gauls and Romans met at Gergovia, a fortified hilltop fort. But this wasn't actually the first time that Caesar would take on Vercingetorix. They had met before at Avaricum, where the Gauls probably realised that a face-on attack wouldn't really work. They needed to be a little bit more sneaky. So indeed here, fearing that the Gauls were bringing forward reinforcements, Caesar ordered a legion to march to the rear of the fort. But spotting this, Vercingetorix moved the entire Gallic army to watch, leaving the path to the fort clear for Caesar. The Roman general ordered his forces forward, but the Gauls returned just in time to counter the offensive and surround the Roman army. Now, Caesar had already left the siege at one point to go deal with some Aedui uprising, and really he feared that more and more Gauls would simply uprise and eventually surround them, so he decided that more of an attack was probably needed here. But of course it wouldn't necessarily go as planned. So we're going to go and choose our army. Of course we are going to be playing as Julius Caesar. This does look like a decent little force, it must be said, but yes, AI gets to play an easy, of course they do, but the Gallic forces, oh yes, very, very well experienced and well armoured. This doesn't look too friendly for us. Nonetheless, we will see how they get on as we head on into battle.
Julius Caesar is, by any definition, a successful Roman general and politician. In a series of brilliant campaigns, he has defeated many Gallic tribes and brought new lands into the Roman Empire. His Roman legionaries, veterans of many battles, take pride in their skill and valor. Vercingetorix, the leader of the Averni tribe, has revolted against Roman rule. And for once, Caesar has been overtaken by events, forced to react rather than forge his own destiny. It is now 1 year later, and the rebellion is not yet crushed. At Gergovia, the Gauls are ready, watching the Roman army on a nearby hill. Wary of being ambushed, Caesar has sent Roman legionaries to the far side of Gergovia to watch for any encircling enemies. But the Gauls are equally suspicious and send their entire army to watch over the marching Romans. Too far from the main army to allow reinforcement, the small Roman detachment is ambushed and destroyed by Gallic warriors. Seeing that the Gauls have abandoned their camp, Caesar orders his troops towards the fort. As the news of Caesar's attack reaches the Gauls, they move to counter the Romans. And Caesar, in turn, recognizes the new danger and sounds the retreat. But the legions appear not to have heard the new orders. Instead, the Romans charge the fort. Caesar's men suddenly find themselves on dangerous ground, surrounded by angry Gauls. The ram must be protected if the Romans are to take the fort. Perhaps then the tables can be turned on the barbarians.
Into battle we go then, and immediately we will put them on AI assistance. I don't imagine that this is going to go too well because, yeah, the AI will most likely not make sensible positioning decisions here. We are currently surrounded from forested hills on either side. There's a fort over here. Now, there is basically no one in the fort. You can, in theory, rush it. Now, the game does do the hilarious thing where it says you must protect the ram at all costs. There's always been this little aspect of this game where you can hover your unit over the ram as if you can destroy it. But as far as I can tell, you never can unless you just use fire or, some kind of catapult, for example. So yeah, the ram here is pretty much going to be safe. I guess it could get shot down by the foresters, but it is also raining kind of heavily, so that is going to make it less likely. I somehow doubt the Forester Warband are going to aim for us, or aim for the ram. Anyway, maybe that's something we need to investigate on another occasion. For now, we have two basic ways that we can win this here battle. We can either take over the fort or we can wipe out all of the forces. The fort's probably easier in some ways because you might be able to sneak in even if you're not going to win the battle. But okay, that does also involve either getting this unit up there safely, or it involves getting some of them to rout. At which point you're probably winning anyway and should probably just get on with the battle. So, on the note of the battle, let's head on in and see what they all get up to. For some reason, the first decision that the AI makes is to send the cavalry out to face their cav. Actually, it might not be a terrible decision in terms of just allowing the rest of the units to form up, but they don't seem to be rushing around, so I can't give them much credit for that. We are just... oh god, this is not going to go well. Okay, the noble cav, which is very, very powerful indeed, is just slamming into us while we're out of position. The ram's still piling forward, and okay, we do actually have ourselves some legionary cav here. It could do a pretty good job, but yeah, not if we're just going to throw it uphill into four of theirs. Now, the war dogs seem to have actually been taken out pretty well here. That's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, there is no formation. We're stuck downhill, surrounded, and wasting our cav. So that's interesting. I'm not sure how we're going to help the AI too much other than just giving them a position to form up. And we just get them up this hill, if nothing else. They might, though, just bum rush the gate, which might well actually work for them, but I suspect they're not going to be in too much of a hurry. Mostly, it's just a big chunky affair. There we go. A few javelins coming on in. And well, Lake Trasimene we did see... oh! Down goes Julius Caesar, and the whole world history looks a little bit different now, doesn't it? Okay, well, that's not particularly good. I wasn't really following him around. It's not going to last very long then, I wouldn't imagine at this point. Although, easy mode, the Legionnaires should actually do a very good job against all of these guys. So we'll see how the rest of this battle goes. No sign of Forester Warbands shooting at our ram, by the way. We do seem to have... yeah, prioritise just cracking down the gate, which may not be the worst idea. I think, genuinely, I'm starting to get the impression that on easy, you might... ooh, breaks. You might actually just be able to win with the sheer power of the legionaries here, even in spite of all of the tactical failures that the AI has thrown into this battle. So, right, I'm going to speed... well, let's not go to triple speed, let's go to double speed. Just to see where this is headed. So what we've got there. Ram is down. Now there are some troops in the city as a result of some of the routes. Vercingetorix going down would be very helpful to this affair. You know what? I don't think the Legionnaires outside the city are going to quite win this battle by themselves. Although they are now running in. And that means they're going to plug up any reinforcements as they try and flee through this gap as well. Okay. That's very interesting. I mean, this could work very well if they can just hold them in position, run to the plaza and take it over. I mean, they absolutely have it. They are outnumbered down here now, though. So I can't imagine that this is going to go too well for them. But it's a bit of support. It's chaotic, but easy mode and the sheer power of Legionnaires is definitely helping. Yeah, the question is now, are these guys going to bum rush the plaza quick enough? Because it looks like, yeah, the forces down here will eventually get overpowered, which is a shame. Yeah, there we go. But can they take the plaza? I reckon they can, you know. I reckon they can. I'm just going to speed this up because I think they've lost the kind of battle, but can they win the tactical affair and take the actual fort? Yeah, because the AI does awfully love to go and chase everyone down. So they're not actually going to do anything about this plaza, are they? No, they're not. But there are Barbarian Noble Cav here who need to get taken down first, which is a bit of a shame, actually. That can make this a little bit trickier. Okay, let's see how... Right, they're going to chase people off. These are just heading into the plaza. They can win this quick enough. They're going to be a long way away by the time this happens. Okay, javelins, not a terrible decision. Pull them off the plaza. You might get a rout encircled. Oh, very nice. Okay, I think we might have a victory on easy here, if just for hilarious reasons of them taking the fort. I did think this might end up being the easier thing. Didn't think the AI would necessarily manage to pull it off. So there we are. That's the plaza being held. And are they going to stay here? I think they are. And it doesn't even look like they're turning round. Oh, Vercingetorix, you've given this up, you utter numpty. And as the clock ticks down to 0, they just flee into the sunset. No, we'll just end that battle, claim the fort for ourselves. Gaius Julius Caesar is dead. Vercingetorix is alive, but the fort is ours, damn it. And I guess we will take it. This is technically Mediolanium. Interesting. In Cisalpine Gaul. Yes, maybe there. I like it when they pick the map. It ends up being a kind of a slightly odd city sometimes. Okay, so yes, we managed to capture Mediolanium with at least one allied soldier. No enemy soldiers. Location held for 3 minutes. 3.0, just about visible there. I always thought it was a weird. It said 30. No, it's 3.0. So we succeeded at that, but we failed with that. Doesn't matter. You're not going to win both at the same time. Let's have another go on medium and see if the AI can still pull it off. Take 2 this time on medium. Let's see if they can pull this nonsense off again. Now, I guess theoretically, if you kill enough troops and they manage to get inside the city and they just camp there, but your ram gets burnt down, then you can't win, even though you might have actually won 95% of the battle. That could be intriguing. Right, what are we going to do? Are we going to have different tactics here on this difficulty? But there's no cavalry charge out there. Instead, we've let one of our legionaries just take the charge over here. And it does beg the question of what do we want to do when we do this from the general's point of view. Which, okay, yeah, going to the plaza, that might be a bit more of just a click fest if we want to do it that way. That's probably the easiest way of winning. I do hold to that. But we just want to get up on the top here. There's no one in the town to pepper us, so yeah, general's point of view, I think we just go up the hill and we box up, I think. It might not be the worst idea, to be honest, to actually use one unit to crack down the gate, but we'll just see about that when it comes to it. So yeah, very similar kind of affair here, but yeah, it looks like it's going a little bit worse actually. Why are you chasing them down, sir? Why would you chase them down? Now they have managed to get some units forward to the walls, but not as well protected. Last time, so Julius Caesar ran away again. He's not dead though. Yeah, this time there's not 3 units protecting that ram. Ooh, that was a big hit on the chosen swordsman from the volley there. But it has protected the ram getting to the gate. I don't think there's going to be enough this time though. I'm going to speed it up because realistically this is just a chunking affair at this point. But okay, more units down the hill. Oh, the Noble Cav are going to interrupt 96. They're going to get the last ram in. Indeed they are. The way to the plaza is open. And the Noble Cavalry are politely waiting for them. Now they've been absolutely slaughtered here, but can they sneak their way to the plaza while they chase everyone else off? Because that could still happen if they don't get themselves distracted. There's the general dealing with the main trouble, which is this unit here. And with them gone, surely they've lost this. I can't do it. That little bit of extra difficulty means that they can't get away with their terrible tactics with just by having some decent units. Don't really know what's even fights at this point. Just a couple random units who have regrouped, I suppose. At this point it's all over. We'll have another go on medium. What I'll do is I'll send them up to the hill here, and we'll see if we can get them organised before I hand over control, when of course they'll do many stupid things again. And who is left? Just this one unit. I think they just fled quite far. I think that's the only reason that this isn't over. Technically we're just hanging out at the very edge of the map. Okay, I think we can just call this one oh, we can't withdraw. We should be able to withdraw, because historically what would happen here, of course, is while the army were trying to take on the city, they would get the ambush, of course. Caesar tried to retreat. Sorry, we're getting stuck here with the camera. We're not on the restricted camera, by the way, so I don't really know why this is happening. Okay, we'll just end here. We'll talk about the real battle in a minute. Let's try this one more time. Into battle we go then, and this time I'm just going to run their troops up to the hill here, and we're going to see what they do. Wow, they have not reacted very quickly, have they? Interesting. Let's see, actually. What I probably want to do is actually use my cav just to... I probably will let them do a little bit of a blocking work, actually. Just get them to block everyone else. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, just send those cav in to do that job. Everyone else, just get yourselves into position. And yeah, you didn't do a very good job distracting. There we are. There's the distraction complete. We're going to let everyone into position. With everyone in position, maybe, just maybe, this will actually work. The ram hasn't quite made it actually yet, has they? Hopefully the ram can just sneak through here. Keep getting through, says. Keep getting through. Alright, at this stage, I'm going to group them up. I'm going to see what the AI will do. They're probably going to ruin the formation, but at the very least, they're in a position to start with. So there we are. Okay, yes, so in the real battle, as it said in the intro video there, Caesar saw the danger and tried to retreat, but only one legion actually followed him. The rest ended up getting stuck up here on the hill and got smashed by Vercingetorix's army. Now, they actually did have some Gallic reinforcements from that tribe that they'd taken on earlier, the Edui. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but hey ho. This is going any better. They're a little bit more together, so they hope it won't rout as easy, but the general's going to get himself killed again, which is not particularly clever, sir. Get back, you utter numpty. I'm going to control him enough to try and save him, but just... everyone else can be under AI control, but you, sir, I'm just going to keep you separate, okay? You stand right there like a coward. Okay, so they're going to run on through. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, so they did have some cavalry which are coming in as reinforcements, but the Romans didn't realise that they were actually on their side, and so they broke at that moment. And essentially the break meant that Julius Caesar had to basically cover their retreat. But as a result of that good covering work, he did at least manage to get the army out of there. He, in his chronicles, only said that they lost, 700 men? But modern estimates suggest it's probably nearer 6,000. Certainly a significant defeat, but a tactical retreat that kept enough of his army in play, which would prove pretty darn helpful as the war went on. It obviously would lead to Alesia later on. But the enemy's walls are being breached. We are largely holding. This flank is really struggling. We could do with those Gallic reinforcement cavalry to smash along the flank right now, but they're not there. Okay. There's their general. We have enough men here to be fine, but they are about to break, which is not great news. If one unit, though, can make it to the plaza, that should be victory for us. Yes, and it altogether really wasn't a great year for Caesar, because obviously, yeah, at the start of the year, the start of 54 or whatever, he was in Britannia, left there to deal with this rebellion. One of the triumvirate managed to get himself killed, obviously, in Carrhae. So, yeah, with that happening, he was kind of Pompey left to deal with in Rome. There's Vercingetorix left to deal with over in Gaul. Crassus was dead, and it just left all of it a bit of a mess. So, yes, Bit of a low point for Caesar at this stage, but of course he would, yes, history spoiler alert, go along to turn it around. I'm intrigued about this here. Caesar's dead. I kept him at the front gate. I could have tried more to keep him alive. Probably should have, actually, because, yeah, I wanted to see if they could do it. But they might still do it because there's one unit here. It's going to meet them. Is anyone else going to chase them into the city? They're not taking the quickest route, which isn't helpful. But we saw last time that the chase pretty much gives the... okay. You know what? I've lost control of all the other units now, and I can't tell them to AI only, so I'm just going to send the unit to the plaza. It's all I think that's reasonable enough. That's what they were doing. So I'm going to send them to the plaza and see if they can do the job. Okay, so they're going to stand here, and we'll see if they take it, because that's what the AI were going to do, and I think the AI will just about sneak their way to another victory thanks to this whole situation. So, alright, we'll give it a go at hard as well. We'll do the same thing again, get us over here. I will keep control of Julius Caesar and try and keep him alive, because that broke this army. They're going to win this on hard. They're going to need him to stay alive, so maybe he follows in, just hides behind the wall, something like that. But no, that looks like another victory, because they're just going to chase down the rest of the legions. I would say it's a bit of a disaster for Rome, but technically it's a victory, and who can argue with that? On to hard mode then, and I really wasn't expecting this, but we'll give it a good damn go. The cavalry are going to get absolutely slaughtered over there, but at the very least they are holding them in position, and that is what we are looking for. Let's just get the general properly back into position, nice and safe. Looks like oh, actually, no, we need someone else to turn around and make sure the ram's protected, because we have put ourselves quite far back, which makes the ram a little bit harder to keep safe. So yeah, let's just make sure this ram actually makes it, because we need everyone to throw in javelins. Throw in your javelins if you can. I should have done that earlier, to be honest, but that's fine. You get yourselves a little bit further, please. We're trying to keep this as tight as possible. Looks like though the ram is going to make it, so sorry for your sacrifice, but thank you very much as well. Anyone but the general can go officially onto AI control at this point, and with that, yeah, I will give them control, regrettably. So yeah, they're gonna ruin the formation, are they? Could have just kept the angle, but that's fine. We're pretty tight. What are you doing? They're getting rid of the ram. It's your only hope, sir. Use the ram. Okay, well, they've ruined everything once again with their stupid formation in. So we'll just see what they want to do. Where are they taking the ram? It is actually being shot by the flaming arrows, so that is of interest. General's now being killed, probably because they've decided to break the formation. So yeah, AI once again making some very strange decisions. Blow the Horn of Destiny just in case, but I think their best hope was to crack on into the city. I don't think the AI makes enough powerful, aggressive maneuvers here to be able to hold out. But, oh, down goes the general. I was going to say, but there was a little bit of help for the general, but no, it's gone. Crushing defeat. AI just can't quite cut it on hard mode, but not a terrible effort. An impressive result for the AI there, even if it was a bit of a joke victory, but you got to hand it to them. Winning on medium is not too shabby at all. Do, though, join me for the General's Point of View version of this battle on Thursday, when we look to gain victory on very hard. Wish me luck for that one. I'll probably try and win it both ways, but to be honest, yes, if I can take it just by running on into the city, I will do it that way. But we'll see if we can claim full victory as well. Thank you for joining me on this AI-only historical battle. You can, of course, support the channel by becoming a member here or on Patreon, by liking and subscribing, and also by getting involved in the comment section. I hope you will join us next time, but for now, I will leave you. I am Thomas, this is Tenerity Human. Thank you, friends, and tally ho. Send in the camels. Those shiny, smelly camels. Oh, the anarchy loosed upon the world. Apart from over here where we're kind of routed. Stupidity got us into this mess. Stupidity will get us out of it, damn it. We'll have a last stand at some point. But it's not today.